Brexit trade talks may be derailed after Boris Johnson's new bill has sparked backlash among EU bosses, but it could trigger a rise in support for Welsh independence, too. Prime Minister Boris Johnson's internal market bill has divided both the UK and the EU, especially after the Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis admitted it broke international law in a specific and limited way. Yet, the bill was presented as a legal safety net by Downing Street, and an attempt to ensure Northern Ireland could still have unfettered access to Britain's markets after Brexit. While the bill threatens the Northern Ireland Protocol, it may also have an impact on calls for independence, not in Scotland but in Wales. This is surprising as the bill was designed to avoid new trade barriers arising between the UK's four countries once it leaves the bloc. However, as the UK and EU website pointed out, in its current form, the bill suggests a significant recentralization of power. A report, written by Professor Nicola this week, explained, it reserves competence over state aid and subsidies to the Westminster Parliament. It gives the UK government new spending powers in devolved areas. These could potentially be used to bypass the devolved governments and fund organisations directly to support UK-wide priorities and promote the UK's shared values. The report also claimed Westminster has barely blinked when passing other laws that impact devolution, and this bill has recently passed the first hurdle on its way to becoming enshrined in law. In another UK and EU article, Professor Daniel Wincott pointed out that Westminster instructed its officials to stop working on the internal market bill with their Welsh counterparts earlier this year. The Welsh government did agree with Westminster in 2018 that areas such as food labelling, farmer support and energy efficiency, which are currently regulated by the EU, would be devolved to Cardiff. However, in July, Westminster argued there should be a level playing field across the UK's four nations, so the market is seamless. A spokesman for the Welsh government said at the time, any new system must have independent oversight and dispute resolution. Unfortunately, the UK government has not managed to share the paper with us, and Welsh ministers have had no recent discussions with the UK government on these issues. Any attempt to unilaterally impose a system will be deeply damaging.